Topo.
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another GingerRunner.com review, and today I'm reviewing a shoe from a manufacturer I've reviewed only once before, and that is Topo Athletic. Today's shoe is the Topo Magnifly. Oh, hi! The last shoe from Topo that I reviewed was the Runventure, which is a trail-specific, wide toe-boxed, highly durable shoe that I liked, but I thought it had some shortcomings, including lack of cushioning and was a little too firm for my liking. But hey, Topo has come out with a shoe that would supposedly solve all of my issues. This is the Magnifly, Topo's first venture into a more cushioned road shoe. I was super stoked to give it a shot because the shoe still features Topo staples, including a wider toe box, a more minimal approach to footwear, it's 5mm drop, and the stack height is not extremely high, so it gives you plenty of ground feel as well as responsiveness. So this is the Magnifly, and I say let's just get on with this thing and tell you about things that I like and dislike. Starting with things that I like. Cushion. I like the addition of the cushion in this shoe. I believe there's two different types of midsole material that they're using here. One a little bit more responsive than the other, but the cushion is noticeable when compared to previous versions, including the Flylight. And while I'll never claim to be a minimal shoe lover, I definitely favor a bit more squish in my shoes, and this has some of it, and I like it. Light. The shoe comes in under 9 ounces in my size, which is a big surprise to me, especially with all of the outsole rubber and additional materials in the upper and midsole materials. So to come in at under 9 ounces in a more moderately cushioned shoe, I was actually really happy about it. Nice. Way to trim the weight, my friends. Durability. This is a big thing that Topo has going for all of their footwear. These shoes will last a long time. The Runventure actually took me a while to break into, but once you got into it, it just continued to last. The Magnifly wasn't much different from that. The outsole rubber is super durable. The upper with a lot of welded overlays contributes to a far more durable protective upper. And the midsole takes a while to actually break in, but also doesn't break down as much. And of course, the toe box. I really dig the wider toe box of Topo. It's nice to see another shoe company come into the market with wider toe box shoes to favor those of us who like our toes displayed, but yet still lock you down in the midfoot and the heel. So there's not a lot of flopping or slipping around in there. Flop it, really dialing it in. Doesn't mean that this shoe doesn't have some dislikes. Personally, I'm having some issues with the upper. There are a ton of welded overlays all over this shoe. While it does contribute to stability across the midfoot and in the heel, they just begin to feel a little stiff and cumbersome after more wear, and especially around here at the tip of the toe box, this protective covering just locks your toes in there, so you're not getting a lot of toe movement at all. While it does give you protection, it also gives you some discomfort, at least in my opinion. Just too much overlay going on. And I'll say that it also contributes to my next dislike, the heat. By having all of these welded overlays on this upper, you're not allowing a lot of air or moisture to get out of the shoe, and in Southern California, where it is blazing hot right now, my feet are sweating through this thing, and there's not a lot of places for that to evaporate. So just a tip, the shoes get hot. And finally, stiffness. The shoe doesn't have a lot of give in its flexibility. The last is fairly stiff, and with the cushioned midsole materials of two different varieties, more responsive and a more cushion, you're getting this really interesting mix of a responsive shoe, a tight, snappy shoe, cushioned shoe, but a not very forgiving shoe. And I think that's kind of the end result that I was getting, was just that it was a little too stiff for my liking. But that's it for dislikes. So overall, I was surprised with the Magnifly. I like the fact that Topo is going for a little bit more cushion. I'm going to say it's not like a Hoka by any means or a big Olympus from Ultra. The shoe doesn't have a ton of cushioning. It's probably more of a normal running shoes level of cushioning, like a Kinvara, a Pegasus, or something like that. But for Topo, that's more than normal. They tend to stick to a more minimal design in efforts to keep your body mechanics on point, as opposed to solving solutions with just adding cushioning. So while I appreciate that from the shoe manufacturer, I definitely noticed that it's not a super cushion shoe, just more so than previous versions from Topo. All right, I think it's time to get on with the points. Quality, Topo puts out super durable, high quality shoes. 4 out of 5 from me. The shoe isn't breaking down. I have about 80 miles on it, and it's doing damn well. Comfort, I'm gonna dock them a little bit here. It's a 3 out of 5, but I really want to round up to 4 out of 5 because of the added cushioning. Just wished it was a little bit more forgiving. Price, big thumbs up, 110 bucks. Not a lot of money to spend for a shoe that will last you a long time, especially if you really dig this shoe, so I encourage you to try them on first. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 on price. And finally, looks. Not a huge fan of the looks of this thing. I gotta give it 3 out of 5. Just doesn't pop to me and doesn't scream big colors or brightness or because hey, blue. And that brings a grand total to 14 out of 20. Not a bad score for Topo for the Magnifly. I'm excited to see what they continue to come out with. This is a shoe brand that is continually evolving. I'm keeping my eyes on them, so we'll see where they go in the future. Make sure you try them out on your feet. Let me know what you guys think. In fact, if you guys are wearing Topo shoes, or have in the past, or are familiar with the brand, let me know in the comments below what you think of the Topo Magnifly or other Topo shoes. And that is it for today's review. If you guys liked it, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/thegingerrunner. I'm on all the social networks. Over on Twitter, it's @thegingerrunner. Facebook is facebook.com/thegingerrunner. On Instagram, it's @EthanNewberry. And of course, gingerrunner.com. Don't forget, every Monday, live shows right here at the YouTube channel. And of course, patreon.com/thegingerrunner if you want to help contribute to this channel and help me make cool films with perks on the back end for you. That's it. Hope you guys are getting out there, training hard, racing harder, and partying the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week. Okay, goodbye!